on this race.
Round 13 of the Honda CRX Challenge at Silverstone, and the one that counts. Stephen Wardby can win, and so can Paul Taft. They've had their black flag dramas just as Grand Prix racing has this year. But on the grid, it's drama, with Wardby in pole position from Taft, and then Pat Watts, last year's champion. Rob Hall and Peter Stella on the second row. For the action, Richard Hudson-Evans.
A pack of Hondas unleashed here on the new national circuit at Silverstone. A new thing this year, the national circuit, not so long as the Grand Prix circuit, although they are using the main start-finish straight as used for the British Grand Prix at the moment, as the field streams into Copse Corner, the right-hander, still on the Grand Prix circuit. Very close racing this in near identical Honda CRX coupes. Up and through Maggot's Curve they go. And it's Watts in the pink car from Wardby in the red and white car, with Taft in the black and white car in third place. Round the right-hand, hairpin right-hander onto the old club straight, that was Beckett's. And now, instead of streaming down the straight and right onto the Grand Prix circuit at the end of the straight again, round Woodcote that is, they will now turn sharp left onto the new Brooklands corner. Here it comes. Watts in the pink car leads from Wardby, from Taft. Wardby gets it wrong though. Wardby goes off. Wardby off on the grass and losing a lot of time there. Rejoins though, loses many places. Oh, what a sad day for him. He knows he's got to finish in front of his arch rival for the championship, Taft. Taft in number 2 is ahead of him, and he knows that. And ahead of the field now. Still Watts in the pink car. Behind him in the other Edenbridge Honda, it's Andy Ackerley. Andy Ackerley in number 3. Hall's there in the yellow car. There's Taft in the other Edenbridge car. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4. Last year's champion, Patrick Watts, leading this year's race here at Silverstone on the national circuit. Going through Maggot's, it's Watts. Very close for second between Ackerley number 3 and Hall in the yellow car. Ackerley's teammate, Taft there in 4th place. Dave Loudon in 5th place. All very close at the head of the field. A single part number covering the first 5 CRXs as they thunder down the straight into Brooklands. Side by side now, Ackerley and Watts. And they touch, and they touch, and they're all over the place. A cloud of rubber smoke there, and the leading cars really in trouble, also in trouble, sorting himself out a set of tyres. Sneller, but Watts stuck, losing valuable time. Where is he going now? The race leader with a ragged rear end, spinning it round, losing more time. Well and truly at the back of the field. What a shame for Patrick Watts. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, the Edenbridge Honda has it its own way. Behind Taft, scrapping there, 33 is Dave Loudon in the Enterprise racing car, and Bill Gibson in number 15, the Elmden Honda. Now we're going back in time, under the Sierra Bridge we go, because we're in our camera car, driven by race leader Patrick Watts. Into Brooklands he goes. Whoops! Some bodily contact surely, knocking him off the line, and the cars are all over the place. That's what happened to Patrick Watts. No fault of his own, surely. Losing the lead and losing the race. Fighting on, a stream of Hondas. And look at Hall's door. Rob Hall's door, well and truly stove in and glassless, but still racing on. Into Copse. It's Loudon from Churchill. There's Gibson in the red car, number 15. Hall following them in the battered yellow car. A great scrap as they go over the rise and into Maggot's. Already through Maggot's though, number 2, Paul Taft. Heading for a win, heading for a championship. The Old Church one-make specialist who dominated things in minis and in metros. And here he is winning the race and heading for the CRX championship, and a great deal of British Credit Trust prize money as well. Making the most of the clear track, using all of it, three-wheeling his way round, and the others doing the same in pursuit. Taft leads the Honda convoy. Behind, though, a very balletic performance there by Mark Donaldson, who demonstrates the CRX hatchback, and the Marshal shuts it again. Taft past the pits and into Copse. Behind him, who's it going to be? Still Loudon in the white car from Churchill, Gibson and Hall clashing there. And Gibson going off in 15 into and surely getting stuck in the gravel for good. Still, it did its job and the Honda survived the experience. Loudon, Churchill. Loudon in the white car, Churchill in the blue car. Scrapping for second place. Loudon in 33 for Enterprise Racing. And for Steels of Hereford in the blue car, Graham Churchill. Down the straight they go. Loudon moves across though, under braking to make sure he doesn't leave the door open as they go through Brooklands. It's still Loudon in 33. Churchill there in third place. Hall loses time and does a bit of gardening, nearly loses a place there, closing up as a result of that grass-cutting mistake. Chris Boone in the red car, 23. Rob Hall in the yellow car. Big moment for him. Lost some time. Lost plenty of paint, that's for sure. He'll be heading for the body shop after this one. Look how well Wardby's going in 4. Remember, he had trouble early in the race, lost a lot of time, and is carving his way through the field. And he knows he's got to do just that because Taft is leading him, and if Taft finishes in front of him in this race, then Taft will be the CRX champion. Wardby in the red and white car, picking his way through the field. Arch rival is here, leading the race. Paul Taft going round Beckett's in clear air. Behind him, Loudon and Churchill both busy with each other. Then it's Mark Hazel, then it's Rob Hall. Then it's Chris Boone in number 23. Patrick Watts now in our camera car, getting to grips with the tail enders and lapping them up as he carves his way through the field. Last year's champion, Patrick Watts, really knows how to extract the most out of the CRX. Driving neatly, which means not losing time, and driving quickly. They're certainly driving very quickly at the front, but they're all very busy with each other as a result. Behind Taft, the scrap goes on. This is the scrap, though, further down the field between Wardby in number 4 and driving number 9, Bob Addison. Bob Addison in the A&B Glass Company entry. Wardby in number 4 for Street Lane Honda. Wardby moving up through the field, making up places all the time, as is Patrick Watts, the race leader earlier on in the pink car. Meanwhile, Taft in number 2, in clear air, as I've said before, without any traffic to hinder him, can absolutely use every inch of the track to his advantage. Behind him, it's Churchill now. Churchill from Loudon. Churchill in front of Loudon. Loudon going wide, trying to get the fast line through the second half of the corner as they go now onto Woodcote, onto the main circuit again, through the new bridge bend. It's Churchill from Loudon. This is the battle for second place, number 17, Graham Churchill in the Steels of Hereford car. From number 33, Dave Loudon in the Enterprise Racing car. Down the start-finish straight, into Copse. Churchill, Loudon, Hall with a crumpled door. Wardby now, really motoring very swiftly indeed. He's caught up mightily through Copse, up the slope, into Maggots, the left-hand curve. Meanwhile, under the new Sierra Bridge, in number 2, making absolutely short work of this national circuit here at Silverstone, Paul Taft from Alvechurch, heading for a win surely, heading for the CRX Championship. And behind him, it's all happening. It's still Churchill. Loudon goes wide there. Hall is challenging. Hall is right up there. Wardby's there as well. Taft going through Woodcote now, through the chicane, heading for the flag. Paul Taft in number 2. The checkered flag. Wave for him. He wins. Churchill is second. Yes. And third. Will it be Hall or Loudon? And it's neither. Off they both go. Into the bank goes Hall. Loudon, slow to recover, gets going, but finishes well down. Taft dominates, Churchill second, and Wardby does well to catch up and finish third.
So to recap, it's Paul Taft who takes the win and takes the championship. Graham Churchill in second place, Stephen Wardby, a lucky second but unlucky third here, he might just have done the job. Mark Hazel fourth and Chris Boone fifth.
By the time we had
Fiestas came into the racing indeed. So let's start with the Hondas